rent a llama. When Marco slept, he dreamed of Ecuador. He dreamed of riding among sheep and llamas. When Marcos woke, he worried life was so different in America. Would it ever feel like home? Marcos' mother worried too. She wanted him to be happy. Marcos, today is your class trip to a ranch, she said one morning. Marcos said, we used to live on a ranch, Mama. An American ranch will be different, she said. Yes, just like everything else here, Marcos sighed. When Marcos got to school, he saw students excited about the trip. Mr. Perkins chose seat partners for the bus ride. Marcos sat with a boy named Ben. Have you ever been to a ranch? Asked Ben. Only in Ecuador, Marcos replied. I go to this ranch every week to care for Mabel, said Ben. Marcos asked, Who is Mabel? You'll see, said Ben. Soon they arrived at the ranch. The class met Mrs. Vega, the owner. Hello, everyone, said Mrs. Vega. And hi there, Ben, she added. Everyone looked at Ben. How did Mrs. Vega know him? Ben takes care of Mabel, one of our cows, said Mrs. Vega. I am in city to farm, Ben explained. It is a club where grown-ups help city kids learn about farms, he added. Ben continued, I want to learn about cows, but I live in an apartment. I can't keep a cow there, he joked. The class laughed. Ben added, Mrs. Vega rents Mabel to me for free, and I care for her. Let's meet Mabel, said Mrs. Vega. Ben led the class into a large barn with many stalls. When Marcus looked around, he got a surprise. In the second stall was a llama. Llamas are related to camels. Llamas are native to South America. They live in herds in the highlands of the Andes Mountains. People in Ecuador, Peru, and Chile raise llamas. Llamas are pack animals. People use them to carry loads up and down mountains. Llama wool is woven to make cloth. Marquez spoke softly to the animal in Spanish. The llama stretched its long neck toward Marcos as if it understood. Marcos stroked its fur. Mrs. Vega watched Marcos. Do you like llamas? She asked. Marcos said, Sir, yes, he replied shyly. My grandfather had llamas in Ecuador, he added. Paco came from Ecuador too, said Mrs. Vega. She smiled and asked, Would you like to help care for him, like Ben takes care of Mabel? Marcus asked. Mrs. Vega said, Exactly. Marcus' heart sang. Ranches were different here, but llamas were the same.